down the tram lines. Paulie Massimino, James Overbeck, a BJR MDR front row, and KA Senior. Green flag in the air here as they're racing down to turn number 1. Good start for Paulie and for AJ Myers is in front of the field. Connor Ferris gets turned. Emery Lida got into him. One of the other RPGs went around, and there's a couple all scattered across the field. So down the backstretch, hopefully no damage for Lida, but obviously a bummer start for Connor Ferris, who rolled off P10.
Myers already falling under fire to James Overbeck. On the inside goes Overbeck. Calvo looking to go through as well. Overbeck is clear. Calvo there side by side with Myers, who drops the tire into the mud, able to continue going here in fourth.
Oliver Calvo said yesterday he felt like he was a bit too conservative in a lot of the heats. His problems for Autumn Fisher. She has broken through the barriers over at turn 9. Heavy impact, but luckily the driver seems to be okay as she tries to continue. Look at the swarm of them all coming out of turn number 11, folks. A massive pack of 51 drivers. He's fallen way back as Massimino leads to Overbeck, Calvo, and a battle for P4. Cameron Weinberg to the inside of AJ Myers. Cooper Shipman going to follow as well. He'll take over P5.
Being on the outside really put him on the back foot. There you see a move. Christian Miles on the inside of Myers. He gets clear, and those two got together in round number 1, Xander.
Yeah, they were not in a good place to end Houston as Jake Drew gets by, and now Myers and Luke welcome Clyde. Still side by side, trying to hang on. AJ trying to get some forward momentum going again, and Luke Welcome's going to be the one that loses out. He gets a place in line just ahead of Anthony Rivera, who's had a good start. And check it out, the bright yellow helmet of Jesus Vasquez Jr. gets the spot away from Rivera. Move Vasquez now up front. Christian Miles with another move on the TV card. He gets by Cameron Weinberg. Cooper Shipman has tracked down your leaders as Overbeck has fallen to Oliver Calvo, who drops a little tire out of turn number 6. Into turn number 8, Overbeck trying to go back on him. Calvo trying to close the door. 3 wide for the lead. Massimino gets taken all the way to the runoff. Oh man, Calvo did not want to give that spot away after the mistake. Overbeck was committed, Calvo committed, and they just nearly took Paulie Massimino completely out of the race.
There goes Christian Miles on the inside of James Overbeck. So Miles up in a P2 here. Calvo made the mistake there in turn number 9. He knew that he was in turn number 6, knew he was going to fall under fire to Overbeck.
Here comes Cameron Weinberg for third. He's looking for it. Looking. Got him. Cameron Weinberg up to P3.
Behind Jake Drew, and you see these big Accolade go-karts getting stuck on the back straightaway. Noah Jackson involved and a couple of others there.
Into turn 8. Christian Miles has started to eat away at the gap, but Cameron Weinberg, I don't know if he blew the braking zone or if he meant to do that. That was a very late send on Christian Miles, and James Overbeck gets to second, and right as they got up to the leader, they have again battled hard enough to let him get a gap. Cooper Shipman leads at the end of lap 5 by about maybe 7 or 8 tenths now.
Yeah, and that's twice already we've seen a really deep send into turn number 8 as the rest of the pack continues to cycle through. There's Colin Lloyd, Aiden Rudolph with Luke Welcome. Rudolph on the inside there of Lloyd. Rudolph gets through. Welcome and Lloyd side by side. Welcome on the inside going into 3.
Side by side in turn 4, Weinberg to the inside of James Overbeck. He'll bring Christian Miles through. Miles emphatically pointing forward. They don't want to give this race away, but they are not driving like it.
Starting to work their way up, and upset for Finnegan Bailiff. A weekend to forget for sure for the Trinity Karting Group Kart Republic driver.
Yeah, he pulls off to the barriers there and hops across the side. That was at the end of the back straightaway, and it didn't look like there may have been contact with Bailiff as Paulie Massimino now going to go to the inside of Jake Drew in turn 8. He'll take over that position. Drew checks over his shoulder. He's got a big gap back to the next driver. Jesus Vasquez Jr. did a fantastic job navigating the mid-pack swarm to get rolling forward as Massimino goes by on Calvo here in the last turn. Well, Christian Miles showing a lot of patience. Christian Miles has normally been the guy to go straight to the lead, but he is working with Cameron Weinberg. He knows how fast Cam Bam has been this weekend as Paulie makes a move on Overbeck, and his charge up the grid continues now. He's gotten around Calvo and Drew, pulled away. The fastest driver, the fastest couple from the week seem to have been Massimino and Weinberg. Christian Miles says, I'm fast too, and he's...
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to work together to work their way further up. Massimino went purple last time by. On the inside of Cameron Weinberg, Paulie Massimino absolutely flying in the mid-stage of this race. Went purple last time by, 49.799, and already making moves. Christian Miles, the next on his list.
Although, back from this entire group as Massimino takes over second. Up the hill, Cooper Shipman hears the fight on his doorstep, but he covered it off too tight. Now Massimino's got a nose down low on the front stretch. Christian Miles going to push him through. Paulie Massimino back to the lead as they climb the hill.
Yeah, good move there by Paulie Massimino, and heads up by Christian Miles to go through there on Cooper Shipman as well. James Overbeck in the fourth spot. Shipman on the inside looking to go on Miles. Wasn't close enough that time by on the inside.
And the gap out back to Jake Drew is about 7/10 from Overbeck. Although he tries to send it on Shipman. Shipman did not expect it. Big slide and save from Cooper Shipman as he falls to fourth.
And it could really be a question of Jesus Vasquez Jr. setup because he's coming alive here in the closing stages of this race. Overbeck on the inside of Christian Miles and clear. So 2 BJR MDRs at the point of the field here at the moment.
They have not passed once in the top 4 for the lead. So that gap from Vasquez to Massimino, this is a head-to-head lap time fight. Look at the carnage in turn 9. 6 carts out there. That is one of the Speed Spence entries, one of the MPG drivers, a privateer, I think one of the Franklin Merlins as well. That was all around the mid-20s through the infield section here. You can see the position changes, and now we've got a position change for the lead with 4 laps to go. James Overbeck takes over the lead, trying to get that first career national win here in the senior ranks. 2 laps to go. James Overbeck trying to hang on for a big win. Paulie Massimino takes the lead right back in turn 1. Miles to second. Shipman is still there. Side by side for third. Overbeck all the way to the wayside as he tucks into fourth.
Paulie Massimino going defensive here, and then Vasquez Jr. coming in a frame with Weinberg and company here.
They've been driving each other clean, but I don't know if there's a lot of faith there. Into turn number 11. Shipman trying to over-under Miles. He'll get a nose down low, but he doesn't have the draft off of Paulie, so he'll tuck in. 1 to go. Down to the inside in turn 1. Paulie Massimino trying to park the bus. Jesus Vasquez Jr. from 18th has gone to 4th. Can he get onto the podium? Could he steal a win here as they head down the backstretch? Into turn 4, Massimino on the low side.
Massimino defending. Vasquez Jr. trying to go around the outside of Cooper Shipman. Didn't work out for him. Weinberg gets clear, and Paulie Massimino and Miles with a car length in between themselves and Cooper Shipman further back. Turn number 8 for the final time this weekend. Is Miles close enough? Around the outside goes Christian Miles. Can't get it done as of yet. Massimino holds on.
AJ Myers trying to make up spots further back here. Massimino parking it in turn number 9. They all stack up through 9. 1 more turn to go. Can Paulie Massimino get a hometown win? Can Christian Miles pull off the first on the national scene for TV? Out of the final turn, Paulie Massimino wins in KA.
What a win by Paulie Massimino. 3 wide across the stripe further back. Cameron Weinberg, P3. Jesus Vasquez Jr. 4th. Cooper Shipman rounding up your podium, P5.